that off because amazing leaders on this platform that are willing to learn. I mean, your time, you have to keep up to the time as a leader. And if you want other people to also follow your good footstep, you have to do the right thing. So, okay. So I will start off. And I mean, by now, I should be getting at least a message from him. And it looks like any of my great leaders on this platform are not really connecting with him at the moment, which is not a good sign. Okay, so we continue our program on Advanced Diploma in Project Management. So, and this is myself, and we will just continue straight away. Okay, we started the journey. I have taught you on project life cycle. I believe that you have submitted your information, your project. You have submitted your assignment. If not, let me remind you again of what we've covered and also the assignment for this first module. Okay, so the assignment now is this. Research various types of projects. And then those you research, you need to list them so that we can see that you truly research. And then pick up a project. Tell us how you want to carry out the project by using the 4-project life cycle. Okay, and then we further on the second section on project quality management. So which we also send the assignment, the second assignment in the project you have chosen for the first assignment or the project you are doing presently. Explain the definition of that project, how you going to come about knowing the expectation of your stakeholders by using the 4 stages of project quality management. So, and then we went on to the last week, we covered managing resources in project management. So we also delivered, and the assignment for that one is the assignment number 3. What are the 3 P's in carrying out project management? Explain and give examples. And then the second one, how do you identify resources for a project and explain? Number 3, what are the 7 steps in managing resources and explain them all? Then number 4, what are the 5 key steps in controlling resources? Then number 5, how do you manage resources effectively and efficiently? Explain and give example. So email them to yYCI.academy@gmail.com or prestigefirmcc@gmail.com. So welcome to today's topic, which is going to be on communication management. So let me put my slides down. And first of all, say greetings to all my great leaders on this platform. Thank you so much for joining us today. I believe that we're going to have another fun in the next 1 hour. Please respond to whenever asked question. Please respond quickly. And let us discuss and chat together, because like I said, I am here to serve you, and you are also here to support me. So let's work together. So whenever I ask questions, please quickly write on the chat box or raise your hand up for you to respond to that question. So We have a new person in our midst that just joined YYCI and is free also to join us on this platform. His name is Mr. Oluferomi Faith Aminu. So that is, I believe, is new to you all. So that is the man that is joining us to learn, because like you say, that we find opportunities to learn. And he has jumped up on this platform to also add more to his knowledge. I want to congratulate those that have already submitted their assignment. Thank you so much. And I'm expecting others to do the same so that we can gain better understanding to apply in our day-to-day project management. Okay, so let me know who is with me, because it looks like no one is opening their video. But on the chat box, if you are here and you are ready, please type yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? So please quickly type yes, I'm ready for this class today, for this section. Thank you so much, Mr. Marvelous. Any other person? We are up to 8 or 9 on this platform. So if you are ready, please type yes, I am ready. Let's smash it. Yes, I love that. Yes, let's do it together. Others as well. I've not heard from Mr. Oluferomi. I've not heard from Mr. Dolly Seko. I've not heard from, let me see, I'm looking. Are you ready with us? Are you ready to learn? I've not heard from Mrs. Elizabeth Vandy. I've not heard from you, ma'am. Author Masakwe, I haven't heard from you yet. So can you please respond quickly whenever I ask you, are you ready for this masterclass this morning? Yes. So I'm watching. I haven't heard from Mr. Arthur. Are you with us today? Mr. Arthur, yes, I've seen that. Okay, yeah, I think we are all ready. Madam Patience. Madam Patient, yeah, I've said it. That's good, that's good. Who else is ready to work with me? Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Elizabeth. Mr. Adelaja Toby, if you are ready to learn with us today, please, I'm asking people to say, yes, I'm ready on the chat box, so that I will know that no one is sleeping on me. It's just going to be an hour and 30 minutes. So let's have fun together with our study today. Okay. I did said that our topic today is about communication management. And I want to ask you, my fellow leaders, what do you mean by communication to start with? Because I'm not going to define that. I want to hear from you. What do you mean by communication? Quickly. Let's do this thing. Let's have fun together. Let's learn from one another. What do you mean by communication? I'm waiting. Every time I ask question, please let's respond. I can only give you 1 minute to answer the question. Okay, Mr. Olufemi, if you are going to raise your hand up, then to answer, then you need to open your camera, sir. Whoever is going to speak must open their camera, and if you cannot speak, please type it on the chat box. Mrs. Elizabeth Van Dyck said communication management is a college. I only ask about communication first, please. What do you mean by communication? Let's start from that word, communication. Okay, Mr. Marvelous said communication is the process of exchanging ideas or information with a group or an individual. Thank you so much. Madam Elizabeth, yes, you can give me communication as well. And before we jump into communication management. Okay, so what do you mean by communication? Communication is the process of exchanging information. Thank you so much, Mr. Patient. Mr. Marvelous, Is that Madam Patient? Yeah, sorry, it's Madam Patient. Sorry about that. Okay. I can see that Mr. Oluwaferomi raised his hand. So do you want to tell us about communication, or you want to type it on the chat box? The only thing is that we are talking to me on the video, then you have to, you have to open your camera. That's the only difference. It's the process of sharing information. Thank you so much, Mr. Dolly. Many more, please. Okay. Communication is means of sending out information and making sure it is clear to the receiver. Thank you so much, Mrs. Elizabeth. Mr. James, communication is means of passing information. Thank you so much. Mr. Ogenekome, communication is reaching out and passing information. Thank you so much. Yes, we are doing very good. Okay, it's basically sharing feelings, expressing your feelings. Okay, I'm sure it's more than that, my Mr. Oluwaferom. When you are doing a project, do you show your feelings? Do you share your feelings when you are managing a project? So please enlighten me more about communication. Okay. So communication, thank you so much for your reference. So let's just say, what is communication management? Like I said, I'm not going to comment. If you still have answers to what communication is, please write it on the chat box, because I know that every one of us know what communication means. And I've received so many information on communication, and we just move on. Now, let me come back to Mrs. Elizabeth Vande. Communication management. Now we are moving on, because I'm not going to say much. If you still have answers to communication, please type it on the chat box. So Mrs. Elizabeth said, communication management is a collection of processes that help make sure the right messages are sent, received, and understood by the right person. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Another person, communication management is the process of planning, implementing, and monitoring communication within a project or management. Thank you so much. Any other person that wants to enlighten us more before I move on? Communication management. Thank you so much for all our great leaders that have joined us this morning. Communication is what we are talking about. Communication. Okay. Communication is the process of conveying information, ideas by verbal and non-verbal method. Okay. Because you just mentioned that, Mr. Arthur, can somebody, or two or three or more, can show me how do you communicate? How do you communicate? So number one, first of all, let's talk, like Mr. Arthur have said, ideally by verbal and non-verbal method. I would like you, Mr. Arthur, to explain what verbal and non-verbal method means, please. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Vanvelos. Other people, please. Communication is the process of conveying information ideal by verbal and non-verbal method. Okay. So please explain to us what verbal and non-verbal method is. Non-verbal is body language, facial, like you can see me smiling, it means a lot. And body language as well matters, because sometimes people mixed body language with what they're saying. That means what you're saying might be different from your body language. I might be smiling, but I can be serious with what I'm talking about. Or sometimes I might be smiling that resonates with what I'm talking about. So nonverbal is a body language, gesture, and facial verbal. So you can see my face, And I think sometimes if you are presenting in a place like this, or you are presenting in physically or online, you need to be focusing and connect your eyeball to the people you are speaking to. It's very, very important. Okay. You communicate through emails, text messages. Yes, yes, very important. You communicate through emails, text message, through signal, verbal symbol. Then we have written, which is email, letters, and text. Okay. All right. Then I think we have virtual as well as video, images, and so on. Okay. It can be oral or writing or even symbolic. Okay. Any other thing? I mean, say for instance, watch what I'm going to do now. Watch what I'm going to do now. Did you see my emoji? What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. So that is also because you are appreciating what other people have done, isn't it? Okay, let me put another one again. So for example, if I put this, can you see? Okay. Yeah, speaking. I'm communicating. That means I'm reasoning with whoever is speaking at that time. So, and then let me see. And so I want us to do the practical before we move on. So use your best emoji and communicate with me. Use your best emoji and communicate with me on the platform or on the chat box. Quickly, 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 quickly. Communicate with me back. All right, now I've done. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwaferomi. Thank you so much. I'm seeing others. Thank you so much, Mr. Arthur. Thank you so much, Mr. Marvelous. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Vandy. Okay. Miss Elizabeth. Thank you so much, Mr. Is it Mrs.? I think it's Mrs. Patience. Madam Patient. Okay. Right. Thank you so much. Ah, okay, Mr. James, that is okay, probably showing love. I believe that is the icon of that. Well, they're standing together doing what? Are they communicating? Mr. Kenneth? Yes, I know that one is like communicating to God. That's the symbol. Any other symbol that you want to use quickly? And let's move on because that's not really our topic. I just want you to get the capture of what communication is all about. Okay, let's move on. So, communication management plans the communication between the project team and stakeholders. A communication strategy should be produced which shows how information will be disseminated to, received from all stakeholders involved in the change or program or project. Communication also identifies the content and the frequency of communication between the different parties. It is used to establish and manage ongoing communication through a program or a project. And as we are all advancing in our project management, communication is very, very important. Then communication management is also very important. It's also very important. So communication management plans the communication between the project team and the stakeholders. Purpose of a communication strategy. Why is it necessary? What is the purpose of that communication strategy to be managed and applied in processing our projects? An effective communication strategy will provide satisfactory answers to these questions. Number one, Has the information given to stakeholders met their requirement? Has the information received from stakeholders met the program or project owner's requirement? So you can see that it's in between your project or you managing the project and also the stakeholders. So you need to be asking these questions while you are planning to communicate or to manage your communication between you and your stakeholders. So I ask question again. Has the information given to stakeholders met their requirement? For example, you want people to believe in your project. You sat them down for them to listen to what you're saying. And then in between they're asking, what is the requirement? How well can you defend yourself? How well can you present? How well can you deliver your speech? In the terms of business, for example, you want people to buy from your product or services, and they've given you a very short period for you to defend yourself. We always call it pitch in business language. So how do you pitch your services and business? Because how you pitch your business and services, your products, is how they will defend and how they will respond to it. So has all the necessary information been disseminated? Have you really got the information, the right information about your project that you want to deliver? Is it clear? Does that mean that every information that the stakeholders need are already being integrated and you are ready to present it for them to understand? Then you also have the role and responsibility of the individuals involved in this communication, because maybe you're working in a team. You might be the one being the manager. You might be good in managing. Maybe one of your team member is good in presenting. So you have to delegate the work for them to communicate on behalf of the group, on behalf of yourself. It doesn't really necessary for you to present as a manager. So you have to know the strength of your team members and who can present well. Then have this role been carried out satisfactorily? These are the things that we need to look into when we are talking about the communication strategy that we're going to be sharing. So let's move on. I'm going to ask you a question very soon, but for the time being, let me just show you quickly what I have said. Purpose of a communication strategy. An effective communication strategy will provide satisfactory answers to these questions. Has the information given to stakeholders met their requirement? Has the information received from stakeholders met the program or project owner's requirement? Has all the necessary information been disseminated? Has the role and the responsibility we're just going to think about now of the individuals involved in communication strategy been understood by them? And have this role been carried out satisfactorily? So these are the questions you need to ask yourself in the group, in the team, or even individual. So you need to ask yourself about this project. Do you know it well? And do you know how to present it to the stakeholders? So before we move on, let me just suggest some areas of strategies. Information requires list the stakeholders and their information needs before you prepare your communication strategy. Communications mechanism. The method you want to use, such as writing the report or seminars or workshops to invite them in, or create a video, or even email, newsletters, social media accounts. So these are the ways of communication mechanism. So you have to choose which one will suit you and suit you as individual and suit your stakeholders. That means if you are talking about the communication mechanism, you also need to know who are your audience, who are your stakeholders, and where are they coming from? What is their level? Because you have to communicate based on their level for them to understand. Then information element, that is the third one. The key information to be distributed by the different mechanisms, including frequency and information collection and collation. Role and responsibility of the key individuals to ensure communication is adequate, appropriate, and timely. Adequate. In fact, let me add to it, accuracy, appropriate, and timely. Also needs to handle unexpected communication. How unexpected information from other parties, including stakeholder, will be handled within the scope of the activities, because anything can happen at any time. You can be distracted, there can be obstruction, even negativity can come in. So how do you handle unexpected communication? Maybe you are talking and somebody is interrupting. Interrupting to do what? To ask questions or to distract. So these are the things that you have to have in mind. How do you handle such distraction? Okay, so now we are going to talk about the roles and responsibilities. The main communication responsibilities for each of these key players within a program or project environment are illustrated below. These are strongly linked to the needs and the expectations of the various stakeholders group affected by the change process. So you need to know their responsibility, you need to know the key players, and you need to also know the environment. Very important. So let's now talk about some of the roles and responsibilities in communicating or managing communication in project management. Number one, senior responsible owner. Are you the team leader? Are you the manager? Take a strong lead at communicating events, engage key stakeholders, and maintain effective communication links with particular focus on communicating key milestones to senior share stakeholders. Second one, program or project sponsors. What is the roles and responsibility for program or project sponsor? Visible participation at communication event, taking the lead in stakeholder communication in their particular areas, and close communication with the SRO on wider stakeholder issues and the wider business. Then we are talking about now the program board or the project board members. What are their roles and responsibility? So approve and review the program or the project communication plan. So it's their duty to sit up and see what you have come up with, the plans to communicate. How do you want to communicate? What kind of communication style you want to use? How effective is those communication going to be while communicating with your stakeholders? So these are the things that they need to review. Okay, let's move on. Project manager or program manager or project manager. We are still talking about the roles and responsibilities. This is one of the assignments that you're going to do. And even before then, I might be asking you questions very soon. Okay. Program manager or project manager. What's their roles and responsibility? They develop and implement a program or project communication strategy. In a program, they control and align communications across the project. Much of the day-to-day communication with stakeholders will be done via the program or project manager. They can form a leader, they can do other things. So business change manager, strong communication with the program or project manager during the transition to business as usual operation. Communication with stakeholders being affected by the change also take the lead on key communication into their own business area. And finally, program or project office. Maintaining, so that means those working in the office are maintaining the stakeholders and communication information and facilitating and supporting the communication activities. And maybe sometimes they have to give feedback or reports to the managers. So you can get more information on that on Association for Project Management, external link open in a new window. Managing Successful Program and UK government, because I've taken some of it from there. So I just want to think that you understand the roles and the responsibility. So now that we are all venturing into this communication, may I ask quickly in 1 minute, what are the roles and responsibility? I mean, first of all, mention the key players in this communication management. So what are their roles? Quickly, even if we have to pick up one each, it's very important that we do this exercise together. The roles and responsibilities of the key players in communication management. Mention one and just give us the roles. Just one statement. Quickly, please. I'm waiting. 1 minute. Mr. Kenneth, Mr. Ahmed Chukudemini, Mr. Francis Ungwok, okay? Mr. Izofo Abdallah. I'm waiting for your response quickly as I call your name. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. Effective communication always result to effective project executive. Yeah. So now we're talking about the roles. We are talking about communication management and the key players. Okay, communication manager to develop communication plans. Thank you so much. Any other person? Quick. I would like you to respond quickly. While I'm waiting for you to respond, let's welcome Dr. Lonson Tom, the president of PCCF, to quickly give us a short message. Dr. Lonson Tom. So please, while he's
Good morning, Your
talking,
Excellency.
good morning, sir. So while we are talking, while Dr. Lonson is talking to us, let us continue to write on the chat box so that we can make use of the time. Yes, sir, Dr. Lonson Tom.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Good morning, everyone. Before I proceed to my brief message or speech, I want to apologize for my joining late. I'm just arriving from the hospital now. I'm just arriving at home. For all this while, I've been mobile communicating. So I'm just at home now. all the best. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for everything. YYCI has been a very, very good support and backup to PCCF. In fact, if I use the word with that YYCI, PCCF wouldn't have been in existence. I am not lying or using a wrong word. Your Excellency, I'm so, so grateful. Thank you so much. And all the participants, God bless you. For at least I can see a good number today. I believe this good number I'm seeing here will also make up time to do the assignment in this number. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Lonsington. We all understand that there's some condition, situation beyond our control. We just feel like you could have passed the message on to one of your key leaders so that because we all understand we are human beings and we are all going through one thing or the other. But communication, just like what we are talking about on this platform today, communication is very, very important because it makes things go smoothly. And we understand in every situation, every one of us find ourselves. For example, if anything should happen to me as well, I have to quickly pick up the text and text either Dr. Lonsing or any of the great leaders on the platform to let them know this one is happening, this one is happening. And any one of you can start off this program. Communication is very important in everything we do. So I really appreciate you, Dr. Lonsing. I appreciate and we accept your apology. And I believe all is well with your son at the moment, and we pray that she responds quickly and she's healed, completely healed by in Jesus' name. So thank you so much for that, your response. Okay, so let's go back to what we're doing. Dr. Lonson is a great leader that I respected, and at the same time, I own PCCF, and I trust God for progress for PCCF because those people watching the video, those people joining us, we are more than thousands. And what we present is what they will depend on. What we present is what we attract and influence others out there. So that is why we're doing what we're doing. Just to let you know, we are human beings and there are some control, there are some situation beyond our control. So communication is very important. We all understand, even if Dr. Lawson couldn't join, at least if you have passed the message on to one of us, then we won't need to hold his apology because he's a great leader in the society. Okay, let's see what we've done so far. So thank you so much. We appreciate you, we love you, and we keep praying for you and your family, sir. Dr. Lawson. Right, let's move on. Communication manager roles oversee and implement communication strategy responsibility to develop communication plans from Mr. Oluwaferomi Faith Amino. Thank you so much. Projects, okay. And then we have another person, Mr. Marvelous Ozengbe, stakeholder analysis, stakeholders analyze, identify stakeholders and their communication needs. Very important. Thank you so much. Mr. Ahmed, senior responsible owners, take a strong lead and communication event communication plans. Thank you so much. Madam Patience, the project manager, executive, all project activities. Thank you so much. Project team members should share and give updates on tasks and progress. Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick. Mr. Francis, project sponsor and executive on high level or stakeholder who championed the project, they financed the project. Thank you so much. Mr. Ahmed, program board or project board, approve and review program and project. Thank you so much. I'm impressed about your responses this morning. I'm so impressed. Thank you for everyone that have contributed. Mr. Kenneth, he or she must be fluent in reading and comprehension. Who is he or she? Because we have different kinds of members. I mean, different kinds of key players in this communication management. So who or she? Please clarify that, please, Mr. Kenneth. Be frequent in reading and comprehension, and must be a good listener and writer, and must be willing to learn any new type and form of communication, especially the digital one. I might say I can refer this one to all the key players. So let me assume that that is what you are referring to. Okay. Mr. Francis, functional managers, department head who controls resources and staff, provide resources, people, equipment, ensure team members meet performance, and help resolve resources conflicts. Okay. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for your responses. I'm so pleased. I'm so blessed. Okay, let's move on. Right, that is role and responsibilities with the key orders in communication management. Okay, right. Another point that we want to share with you quickly is this. Well, so we have key aspects of communication management in project management. Number one, planning. You have to plan what you want to communicate with others. You have to plan how you want others to know about your information. How do you want them to understand your project? How to manage the project? So this involves identifying the stakeholders. I've said it before. So you need to know your stakeholders, their communication needs, and the method for sharing information with them, including the frequency, format, and channels. So you need to plan. How do you want to communicate with your stakeholders? How do you want to communicate with your bankers? Probably those that will release fund for your project. How do you want to communicate with the customers for them to trust you for that project that you're about to manage? How do you want to communicate with your team members so that they can fully understand the project itself and how to manage those projects? I even carry out the project, but the proper understanding of the project you want to carry it out or you want to manage. Then the second one is managing. This includes the actual distribution of information. How do you want to manage those information? How do you want to distribute those informations among the stakeholders and even your team members? Ensuring that it is timely, accurate, and accessible to the intended recipients. So that's another thing you need to look into. So the first one was planning. You need to plan, you need to know your communication needs, you need to know your stakeholders, their expectations, their needs, and even you need to, stakeholders, it can be those people that want to even award you the contracts. How do you communicate with them efficiently and effectively? So the second one is managing. So that managing is how you want to now distribute those information. Because bear in mind that each individual as a stakeholders, they're different perspective, they're different involvement. So you need to know, how do you want to distribute the information? Take, for instance, if you are contacting the bank, the information you will release to the bank will be different from the information you will release to other stakeholders. The information you will release to your customers will be different from the the information you want to release to the board of directors. So you need to know how to distribute the information, and also to know the time. You have to know the time. How long do you want to deliver the presentation? How long? And it has to be accurate. It's not about long term. It's not about how many hours or hours or minutes. Remember, I said to you, in a business terms, you want to pitch your product, you want to pitch your project, you want to pitch your services, and you might not have enough time. Probably it might be a bigger meeting where others as well will want to present. So you need to plan the time wisely. And also, within that period, as long as your information is accurate, you can deliver, you can pitch, and you can share the information within a short period. Even if you're given 5 minutes, within that 5 minutes, that is why the first one says plan. So you have to plan yourself well, that you can meet up within 5 minutes. And within 5 minutes, you have shared and present the right, accurate information. Information for them to understand as well. Information for them to reason with you, and that can influence them to believe in you, to trust you to carry out or to manage that project. Then the third one is controlling. This focuses on monitoring the communication effectively. So even though you've planned, even though you are managing, but the next one is, you need to monitor how you are communicating it effectively. Identify and resolve any issues while you are communicating. So maybe you are using the wrong style of communication, or maybe you are overboarding the information to the stakeholders, and half of the way they gave up, or they don't even listen anymore. Or maybe you are using a tone of voice. So your body language, like we said before, is as important as your speaking. So maybe you are sharing, and at the same time, your body language is opposite of what you are sharing. I mean, when we talk of sharing, body language will be also part of you showing your confidence. They want to see your level of confidence. So if you are telling them that they should believe in you for this project or this program, how confident are you yourself? Because they are watching you, they are listening to you, and they are seeing your body language. So these are all the things that you need to put into consideration and monitor. For example, if you have delegated somebody in your group, in your team, to present, you need to observe the person closely. Every one of us can make mistakes, but we can learn from our mistakes. So maybe you've made mistakes in one pitch or one area. You can go back and assess what you've done, what you've said, how you've said it, and then you can find ways of improving it. So maybe you are the manager to control the communication effectively. Maybe you need to be given feedbacks, constructive feedbacks for the person delivering or presenting. So it makes necessary adjustments to the communication plan. So why is it communication management important? Let me first of all start with that, and then we will continue with our key aspect of communication. If you know why this communication management is important, please write it on the chat box quickly. 1 minute. Why? Why is it so important? I mean, I've shared few things with you, so you should be able to capture and then reasoning, and then in your own words, type it on the chat box, please. Why is it important? Communication management in our project management. Why is it so important? Please, I'm expecting Mr. Kenneth, Mr. Patrick, Mr. James, Madam Patience, Mr. Arthur, Mrs. Elizabeth Vandy, Mr. Francis, Mr. Ahmed, Mr. Oluwaferanmi, Mr. Kenneth, and I want you to please respond quickly. 1 minute to do that, and then we continue. Quickly, please. We are still on key aspects of communication management in project management. So we've mentioned planning, managing, and controlling. But I want to recap, I want to, digress you a little bit. We are talking about this communication. Why is communication management important in your project management? Why is it so important that we manage communication? Thank you so much. I've received so many informations. Thank you so much, Mr. Marvelous. It is important because it enhances trust, build trust among stakeholders through consistent communication. Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Oluwaferanmi, to build trust and transparency. Thank you so much. Mr. Francis, strengthen the stakeholders' relationship. Amazing. Mr. Patrick, it helps build trust with the stakeholders. It improves teamwork with your teamwork member. That's good. And thank you, Mr. Patrick. Mr. Francis again ensures accountability. You mean the accountability? Oh, yes, that's what I wanted to say. Okay. Mr. Oluwaferanmi, it ensures clarity and alignment. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. It helped the team to be united and focus on executing the full goal of the project. And it also built trust and accountabilities. Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed. Communication is important in every project to strengthen relationship with clients and team members. Thank you so much, Mr. Marvelous. That means communication management provides clear information, reducing misunderstanding. Amazing. Mr. Madam Patient, because it shows responsibility and accountability. Amazing. Mr. Arthur, is important because it keeps record of projects. Amazing. That is when it is in written or in recording. Amazing. Thank you so much. Let's continue. Okay, so let's continue. So we've mentioned planning, managing, controlling, and now we want to talk about reducing misunderstanding and conflicts, which is very important. I think 1 or 2 people have mentioned it. So reduces mismanagement and conflicts. Okay, that is one of the reasons. Clear and consistent communication helps prevent misinterpretation and disagreement among team members and stakeholders. So that is the number one reason why we need to communicate, manage our communication in projects. It also improves collaboration and teamwork. Effective communication fosters a shared understanding of project goals, progress, and challenges, and leading to better collaboration. It also increases stakeholders' satisfaction. Keeping stakeholders informed about project status and decision enhances their engagement and satisfaction, so that they're not just watching or just being quiet, but they're engaging while the communication is being managed properly. It also enhances project success. Clear communication is crucial for effective decision making. So if you're going to make a decision, then you have to understand the project itself so that you will know the pros and cons. Probably you analyze the SWOT analysis or any other thing, carry out the SWOT analysis and other analysis tools for you to now come together and come a common ground and understand and form an agreement so that the stakeholders understand as well as yourself. So, common communication methods used in project management. So, also clear communication is crucial for effective decision making, risk management, and overall project execution. Very important. So, another thing is meetings. So when you say that it's very important for this communication to be managed properly, you also need to be building up meetings upon meetings, coming together. So that will be part. Remember, we digress a little bit to want to know why is the communication management important, and that's why I've mentioned improve collaboration, enhances project success, increase stakeholders satisfaction. So let's continue now with the key aspect of communication management in project management. So the next one, remember we mentioned planning, managing, and controlling. So the next one I want to mention is meetings. Very important that we continuously having a meeting together with ourselves in the team and also with the stakeholders, and also update the meeting. That means you update, you report what you've done so far, and also the expectations and also the needs. Probably during the meetings where you will capture the needs and expectations of the stakeholders, because as they express themselves, then you'll be able to capture what they actually expecting, because all what you want to do is meet their satisfaction. Okay, so part of the communication is also email and instant messages for quick updates, sharing documents, and facilitating discussion. Project management software, utilizing platform for task management, document sharing, and communication tracking. So someone should be in charge of the communication tracking between the project team leaders and also the stakeholders. I mean, all the players, key players in project management. So presentation as well for conveying project status, key decisions, and strategic information. So these are the key areas that you need to look into while you are managing the communication in your project, in your program, and also in whatever you're doing. Then providing regular updates is very important. Probably you can include how the resources are being managed. Probably you need to include the budgets. Maybe you need to include the financial balance in between your expenditure and also the income. So you need to know and balance it up for them to see how well you've performed. Project progress. How well are we progressing, or are we stand still? What has gone wrong? Is it the funding or is it the people? Then the performance. How well are we performing? These are all the things that needs to go into the reports that you want to share to your project managers. For example, somebody yesterday, after doing some consultation briefly with that person, I mean, he wanted to send information. It's another president of another organization. So he wanted to approach one of the key personalities in government. So she prepared a report, and in that report involved all their past events, their projects, their performances and issues. So everything in that report, that whenever she now visits that person, she'll be able to present. They are doing it in form of a magazine, which is good idea. So that you don't go there and say, oh yes, we want to, or we are doing. What are you doing? We want to see it. Because that also will be power, will gain weight in whatever you're doing. Like, for example, Dr. Lonson has been working tirelessly on this PCCF for the past 3 or 4 years. So now he can write a report and then involve, he can write a report and add in that report most of the things that he has done with the team in presenting or delivering this powerful masterclass and diploma. So these are the things that the stakeholders want to see. Okay, so let's move on quickly. All right, we're doing very well. So communication management in project management, again, in project manager is the systematic process of planning, managing, and controlling the flow of information to stakeholders throughout a project life cycle. Remember, we mentioned, we shared, or we talked about the life cycle beginning of my section. It ensures that everyone involved has the right information at the right time and through appropriate channel. It ensures that everyone involved has the right information at the right time and through the appropriate channel. Remember, either through the meetings or through the emails or through the chats or other things. So this includes identifying the stakeholders and their needs, their expectations, and selecting the most effective method for sharing the information. Okay. Again, communication as defined by the Project Management Institute 1996. Project communication management includes processing required to ensure timely and appropriate generation, collection, storage, and ultimate disposition of projects information. So project communication, again, management is a collection of processes that help make sure that the right message is sent, received, and understood by the right people. That's as simple as that. That's the simplest statement on this communication management in projects. Is a collection of processes that help makes sure that the right message is sent, accurate right message is sent, received by the stakeholders, and understood by the right people. That's the main reason why we plan to plan the communication management. Okay, let's come down a bit and let us recap. There are three main costs, three main aspects of communication management in project management. Three, and I think I added one more. So, can somebody or some of you, please, what are the key main aspects of communication management? Quickly, quickly, quickly. Please, let's write. Quickly, quickly, quickly. We nearly finished. So please don't sleep on me. Mrs. Elizabeth Vandy, Mr. James, Mr. Offer, Mr. Ogenekome, Miss Patient, Mr. Patrick, Dr. Lunsey, Mr. Francis, Mr. Ahmed. We are doing very well. Please, let's just keep up so that we don't waste much of our time. Mr. Oluwaferomi, Mr. Kenneth, Mr. Marvelous. Please don't be quiet on me. We are sharing together. Planning, managing, and controlling. In your own words, can you tell us how planning, managing, and controlling are the key, how are they contributing to the communication management? In your own words, planning, controlling, management. So I want us to chat with me, please. So in your own words, how does this reflect communication management? Okay. You've mentioned three, which is good. Reduce misunderstanding and conflict is one of the reasons why communication is very important. Communication management is important. So let's move on quickly, 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 quickly. Who is still with me? I'm watching, I'm listening. And please explain. Some of you have already mentioned, so it's good to mention, but I want to see your understanding. Planning lays the groundwork. That's good. So planning, managing, controlling. Please let us be fast enough. Thank you so much, Miss Elizabeth. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwaferami. Others, I don't want to call names again. Please be bold to share on the platform. Please, very important. Quickly, quickly, 1 more minute so that we can move on. 1 more minute so we can move on. Quickly, quickly. And then after giving us the key aspects of communication management in project management, which is we mentioned planning, managing, and controlling. And we want to also, if it's possible, for you to tell us at least 2 reasons why communication management is important. 2, and then we move on quickly, 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 so that we can move to the next one. Very important. We want to finish up. There is still the next one, and then probably we treat this ones, and then we call it a day. There's so many to say, but I don't want to waste much of your time. So in 30 minutes, we should be able to finish all my teaching for today. So, people, let me see quickly. Are they responding to me? Yes. It improves project success. Thank you. Project success. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Patrick. Mr. Kenneth, planning sets the stage for effective execution. Thank you so much. Others, please, quickly, quickly. I did ask the first one, which I'm impressed because many people have mentioned planning, managing, controlling. So it prevents misunderstanding and confusion. Thank you so much. Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling the ball. Please, we are up to 13 on this platform. So let's keep rolling the ball. Our president is watching us, is observing everything. So you just want to see how understanding we are doing and how involving we are doing as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Marvelous. Let me quickly go there. It helps in smooth and running of the project. That's fine. Yes, Mr. Marvelous, planning. Decide what to communicate to whom and how. Thank you. Managing. Put the plan into action. Share information. Engage with people. Okay. And controlling. Check if communication is working. Fix any issues and make adjustments. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Okay, Mr. Oluwaferanmi, improve stakeholders' engagement and trust. That is one of the reasons why we need to treat this communication management. Okay, why we need to manage communication. Mr. Francis, ensure clarity, build trust. Yes, thank you. It helps build a strong team. It brings about transparency. Thank you so much. So impressed. So let's move on quickly to our next slide. This is very important as well as okay, we've done that. Okay, right. So we're going to move on quickly to what we call 5 steps to a project management communication plan. 5 steps. Let me show you the slides. Okay, 5 steps to a project management communication plan. These are 5 steps. Number 1, outline the objectives. What is your objectives? What are you aiming to gain, to achieve with your project, with the communication? What do you want to achieve by talking to others, by communicating with your stakeholders, by managing your stakeholders? So outline the objectives. Then define the audience. We've said it several times. You need to know your stakeholders. Who are they? Who are your audience? Who are your audience? And then the third one, decide what information is needed. So number 1, what's your objective? What's your goals? What do you want to achieve in your managing communication in projects? What do you want to achieve? You want to gain exposure? You want to gain contracts? You want to gain funding? You want people to believe in you? You want to gain trust? So what are your objectives? Then, who are you expecting to gain from? Or who are your audience, your stakeholders? Who are the benefactor and the beneficiary of your project at the end of it? Who are they? Who are the people that are going to benefit from the project that you want to manage? Then decide what information is needed. So you need to know. We've listed it, we've said it several times. Then agree on communication method and frequency. How do you want to communicate? How do you want to control it? Then measure success and improve. So probably you get feedbacks. It could be constructive one or criticism feedback. How do you respond to that? To adapt to change, to amend, and to make it better, your communication with your stakeholders. So these are the 5 steps. Okay, then this one quickly. I'm sure some of you have known this, so I'm not going to dwell too much on that. The first one, you can go Google brightwork.com and it can give you more information. Then this one, you can Google Mind Tools and it can give you more explanatory. So what are the 7 basic elements of communication process? This is very important. We have the source of information, encoding the information, channel the information, decoding the information, receiver, feedback, and context. So these are the 7 basic elements of communication process. This is where I'm going. And there are 3 main communication techniques or technicals. These are 3 main communication techniques we can use for effective project management. Number 1, interactive communication. Number 2, push communication. Number 3, pull communication. I have to, because it's a very clear information, clear, descriptive, and clear, presented by Kate Palmer, the HR advisor and consultancy director at Peninsula UK. So I have to borrow this. So I want us to learn from it together. So let's start with interactive communication. Interactive communication is used most when sharing sensitive and important information. Usually, it's immediately acknowledged and actioned, and mostly through. Okay, so in-person meeting. Remember, interactive is when in-person meeting now we want to talk about under this interactive communication. So in-person meetings, it could be phone calls, video conferences. Interactive communication usually involves meeting people face to face. However, foreign that seems to us in recent times, but the societal shift towards virtual communication has forced all of us to adapt to that change. For example, this training, we have to adapt to it. We have to adapt to that system because I'm not from Nigeria. Some of you might not even be from Nigeria. It might be from Ghana. It can be from Sierra Leone or Liberia or from UK or anywhere. So we have to adapt to it if we really want to learn from PCCF. This is what we're talking about. Then video calls have proven just as effective for conveying messages. Take, for instance, video calls on your WhatsApp. Nowadays, people can use even WhatsApp for their lecture. They can use it for meetings. So video calls have proven just as effective for conveying messages. Your personal body language, even tone of voice, are just as easily portrayed as they would be in the person. So people can, they can think. They can, through your tone of voice, they can know if you're hungry or not, if you're happy or not, if you are serious or not. They can know. They don't have to see you in person. So we can think of this communication as a conversation. Interactive communication is the best way to gauge what you require from clients. So you need to, while you are speaking to them, you are reasoning. You are reasoning, you are listening, you are reasoning, and you are capturing their expectation, their needs from what they are saying, from how they are expressing themselves for what they wanted. And it's great for presenting any methods and objects necessary for the project, especially those needed from third parties like contractors, suppliers, distributors, finance. So Remember, we're talking about the interactive. Now we're talking about the push communication. Again, I learned from her book, her articles. Push communication involves sending information without expecting an immediate response. Take, for instance, through emails, newsletters, project outlines. Pull communication usually allows us to access information whenever we decided. Form of pull communication includes websites, landing pages, knowledge base, YouTube, management software and application. Is especially effective when clients want to access project information at their own leisure, or when information needs to be relayed to stakeholders or contractors. This involves clear transparency, demonstrates a high sense of trust between you and your team members and the stakeholders. Interactive communication for immediacy, push communication for large amount of information, pull communication for accessibility. I hope you get that one right. Interactive communication for immediacy, push communication for large amount of information, pull communication for accessibility. Let's move on. If I might ask quickly, what are the three kinds of communication? Three. If I might ask quickly. We just mentioned them. What are the three main communication technicals? Interactive, pull, and push. How do you understand interactive? Please quickly. How do you understand interactive communication, push communication, and pull communication? Please talk to me, my friends on the platform. You are welcome, Mrs. Gloria Lonson. I guess that is our First Lady of PCCF. Okay, yes, you've mentioned it, but I want you to explain in your own words. Pull, push, and interactive. Thank you so much, Mr. James. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwaferum. Thank you so much. But I want you to explain. Interactive is a two-way exchange of information. Thank you so much. Any other person, please? Quickly. We are up to 13 on this platform. We can do better. Respond only 1 minute. Like I said, less than 30 minutes, we're finishing up this section. So let's try to do more so that we can gain better understanding. So I need others as well. Mr. Kenneth, I don't know if I've seen anything or heard anything from Mr. Kenneth today. I don't know. Pull, push, interactive. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth. Can you explain to us better, please? Both parties send and receive messages and provide feedback in real time. Interactive is a two-way exchange of it. Thank you so much for explaining that. Who else can explain push communication and pull communication? Pull for accessibility, interactive. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Marvelous. Pull communication, sending information to stakeholders without expecting feedback. For example, report emails. Not that we are not expecting feedback, but it can be delayed. The timing of response might not be immediate. That is what push communication is. Pull communication, making information available for stakeholders to access, needed, for example, project, website, knowledge. Yes, that is good, and YouTube as well. And then interactive communication, exchanging information in two ways. Stakeholders, the real time, for example, meetings, phone calls, videos, and all that thing. Thank you so much. Mr. Kenneth, thank you for responding. Interactive communication is you talk, I talk, we all talk, but in an orderly and peaceable manner. Thank you so much. I like that. Okay, let's move on quickly. Let's move on quickly. Okay, so we've dealt with the main communication techniques. Please don't forget about that. What are the effective communication method in projects? We've mentioned all that, so we don't need to go back there. What are the 5 effective communication methods in project management? We've also talked about that. So how can I ensure, that's a question for every one of us. How can I ensure effective communication during projects? Effective communication managed during projects. Number 1, hold regular meetings. Having regular meetings with team members increases a shared understanding for objective and deadline. The meeting can also be a platform for project members to share any ideas or concerns they have, which in turns will help them feel supported, valued while working with us. Be sure to regulate the time for each meeting so they don't become too lengthy, and provide time for people to share any admin tasks and future agenda ideas. So that is the first thing first. Hold regular meetings. That's one of the things. The second one is be inclusive. Try not to isolate anyone when sending out project reports or inviting people to meetings. Keep relevant people in a shared loop so they are at least aware of any project changes, and they will be able to adapt to that changes and also be flexible. So keep relevant people in a shared loop so they are at least aware of any project changes and new development. Remember, tomorrow might change. You must have set your objective, planned very well, but things can change at any time. And also feedbacks as well can make our performance change. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Okay, so let me just quickly set that down. So it's always better to send a little too much information than too little. Ask your colleagues what form of communication techniques they prefer, and some method may include some people. And then the third one is be clear and precise. Whether you are sending updates or requesting feedback, try to limit time wasting during actual communication. Have your purpose of the email or phone call ready. That is where the planning and managing the planning will help beforehand. So plan what you want to share and take a moment to outline your thoughts. Also consider exactly who you are communicating with. Who are your audience? Are they a team member who you need update from? Or are they clients who should be addressed in a different way? Or are they your stakeholders who should know what you're doing and find ways to support you? Then present what you need in a clear and accessible structure. What you need to carry out your project. So you need to present it clearly and accessible for structure, allowing everyone to easily understand your points and opinions regarding the project that you are managing. Take everyone's opinion into consideration. Never, never show yourself as the know-it-all. Nobody knows it all. Nobody's perfect. So entertain and welcome other people's opinions. Sometimes a shared viewpoint can be more productive than listening to one person's view. So make a habit to consider multiple opinions rather than just your own opinion. Recognize when you are wrong about something. That's where your humility will come in. When someone else's idea is better, you need to accept it. Your team will respect you further, and communication method will remain intact and undamaged. When you give others room to express themselves, to share their ideas and opinions, they might even bring new innovation. They can be creative. So that's more reason why you need to be flexible, you need to be open, and you need to allow others to express and to share. We face several situations that benefit one specific type of communication method. So choose the right one that will help determine whether targets are met and changes are understood. Choose the right one. But be sure to use all three, helping to build great rapport, build trust, and in turn project success. Very important. So, I'm finishing in about 15 minutes. I just share something very important to you, and I just want to receive response. So, I'm asking individual. I just mentioned some. How can you ensure there is effective communication management during your project? Please write quickly, 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 quickly. How can you ensure you communicate effectively? How do you manage effectively communication in your project? There are different ways to answer that. So please write quickly. We are about to come. In fact, that is the last slide. The next one will be my conclusion. And then I'm going to release the assignment as soon as possible. So we have only 16 more minutes. 16 to finish up. 16 more minutes to finish up. We are finishing 12:30 on a dot. So please respond quickly to my last question. This will be our last discussion for today. So, how are you going to apply this thing that we have shared with you this morning? So, I'm asking you this question. How can you ensure effective communication management during projects, or effective managing communication during projects? How? I've listed one, two, three, four. So please, you can even add to the four that I've mentioned. So I'm waiting. Quickly, quickly. We have only 15 minutes. Oh. Hello. The main reason for our masterclass today is communication management. We've gone through the lessons, and I believe you've really contributed to our topic today, and you've understood all. And then I just relate to you four ways to, to manage your communication effectively. So I want you to just conclude with me and write those four. Okay, let me ask the question again. The question now is, what are the five? Is that the question? No. How? So the question is, how can I or you ensure effective communication management, or manage during projects. That means, how can I ensure effective communication manage during projects? And we've mentioned 4. So I want you to recap that 4 before we move on quickly. Right, I've asked by clear and concise communication, that means use of the simple language. How can you ensure there is effective communication managed in your project? Yes, that can be. So hold regular meetings, yes. Be clear and precise, yes. Take everyone's opinion to consideration, yes. And be involved. Thank you so much, Madam Glory Lawson. Others as well can do and use your own words so that I can know how well you've understood our program for today. So let's move on. 13 of us, Mr. Marvelous, Mr. Kenneth, Madam Gloria just mentioned, which is good. We have Mr. James. I'm ready. This is our last discussion, so please, I want everybody to involve. The last time will be only conclusion, and then we release the assignment. So please, quickly, I've got only 12 minutes. If we don't do well here, I won't be able to release quickly the assignment. I might want to send the assignment to your platform. So please, quickly, let's practice. Let us engage ourselves. I will take it seriously. Free flow communication, upward, downward, sideward,
No, don't
clear.
leave me out. Come on, leave me out. Where are you?
Okay, so monitoring and adjust communication, accept feedback, engage stakeholders, know your team members. Thank you so much, everybody. Please contribute. You can even say your own words, like others are saying. It doesn't have to be the way I said it. That is where the understanding comes in. So once you've understood what we've said, then your own words, you can write it down, just like Madam Patience, Mr. Patrick are doing now. I appreciate that. I also appreciate Mr. James. So others, please, quickly, quickly, quickly. The time is rolling. Time is running fast. We have only 11 more minutes. 11 more minutes. Be approachable, set expectation, follow up, listen actively, actively. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Marvelous. Accept feedback, engage stakeholders, know your team members, okay? Monitor and adjust communication, okay? Thank you so much. Please quickly, and then I will show the last slides, and then probably I will prepare your questions and send it to your platform. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've got only 10 more minutes, and I'm still going to welcome Dr. Lawson to give us the closing remarks. So within that 10 minutes, CP, approachable, set expectation, follow up, listen attentively. Okay, clearly communication, you goes to your team and be clear with it. Consider everyone's point, okay, and deploy good leadership. It's okay. One more, quickly, and then I will round up. Okay, so let's go quickly to the last slide. This is what I've spoken to you, how well, this ensure effective communication during projects. So hold regular meetings, be inclusive, take everyone's opinion, consider it, and then now conclusion. Conclusion. Okay, so that will be the last one, and then I'll leave you to in peace. Right. Conclusion. Communication is an essential component of business. While communication is a natural part of the human experience, it's important to consider how you will communicate in a positive and effective manner that align with your responsibilities and reputation as a business professional. Project communication management includes the processes that are required to ensure timely and appropriate planning, collection, creation, distribution, storage, and retrieval, management, control, monitoring, and the ultimate disposition of project information. Effective communication management is fundamental to project success. So understand communication is essential for effective information exchange in professional setting. So by applying strategy like adapting to your audience, choosing the right channel, encouraging the feedback, you can improve your communication skills and distribute your organization's success and contribute to your organization's success. So on this note, I would like to say thank you so much for Dr. Lonson for giving us opportunity to come together, learn this very important of communication management. And like I said before, some of my books you can get from Amazon, and this is where we end today's project. So thank you so much. Let me just show you quickly. I don't know what happened there, but let me see. Close that. Okay. And what's the time now? Okay, I still have 2 minutes so that I can hand over to Dr. Nancy. So I just want to quickly, I think I missed that. So I just want to quickly show you the last words and then we can finish up today quickly. So I think well, that's been missing now. So I'm just going to leave that. It doesn't matter. Right. So thank you so much to all my friends, my leaders on this platform for coming with me in this journey and we're learning together. I'm so impressed about your commitment, your involvement today. I really, really appreciate it all. Thank you so much. And on this note, I'm going to hand over. First of all, let me say thank you to PCCF team for the great job you're doing, especially creating all these slides and certificates and all that, and making sure that the timely, making sure that everything is available. I want to say thank you to PCCF. I also want to express my gratitude to Dr. Lonson Tom for giving every one of us opportunity to learn. The more we learn, the more we get better. The more we learn, the more we perform well in the society. And learning is living. Without learning, we cannot grow our mindset. And our mindset is very important. Without renewing and growing your mindset, there will be no change, there will be no progress, and there will be no transformation. So on this note, yes, a question. I think Dr. Stephen can tell you more about that. Mr. Oluwaferonmi joined YYCI recently and also joined me this morning when I was teaching on another platform. And then he offered to come and also learn from this platform. So he's asking the question which Dr. Lonson will be able to answer. The time is exactly 11:24 here in Liberia, okay? And it is 12:25 here in UK and Nigeria. Okay, so I hand over now to Dr. Lonson. Thank you so much for having me. Over to you, Dr. Lonson.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I believe I am audible enough for everyone to hear me.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Once again, I want to say on behalf of PCCF, let me address the last question by using this speech. Let me welcome our brother Oluwaferemi Faith for joining us. PCCF meaning is Prestige Sponsor Consulting Firm. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate God who has brought us this far. And very, very importantly, I want to thank our own mother, Our Excellency, Professor Dr. Elizabeth. Lucas-Afolalu. We are so grateful to have you. Whenever I look at you, I see the grace of God upon your life.
Amen.
Yesterday, while we were communicating, you said, I am asking for the grace. I said, Ma, you get the grace already. So
Amen.
thank you so much for always standing firm. No matter how busy, no matter how stressful you are, you always create time for you. We in PCCF. The Lord bless you and strengthen you. And to
Amen.
all our teaming participants, we are so glad to have you on board. And we believe that everything that you have received so far during this course of project management, that you are going to put them into practice. Most importantly, this particular communication management, because this alone has brought down a lot of institution, has really sent a lot of institution to bankruptcy, and also many institution or organization are no more in existence because of communication management. So please manage your communication properly, ensure that things move adequately. We are going, before we run up this particular course, which is going to end on the 11th of July, we are going to create an avenue whereby we will get feedback from each and every one of you, how you have experienced our lectures, our classes in each of the platform, the Zoom, the WhatsApp, the Google Meet, how you have achieved and what you have achieved so far. So we are working towards that. Every assignment given to you, apart from the dissertation that closes yesterday night, please do well to submit it. And when you are addressing or submitting your assignments, please let us know where we are sending it to. If you are actually getting the assignment from this particular platform, let us know so that we send it to the appropriate quarter. God bless you all and remain blessed. See you all tomorrow. There shall be no class tonight. Thank you so much.
Okay. And on top of that, which thank you so much, Dr. Lonsinton, for your closing remarks. And thank you so much for everything and whatever is going through, because we are all going through a lot. But Dr. Lonson, whatever is going through behind this scene, the Lord will strengthen you, the Lord will uphold you, the Lord will be with you, the Lord will protect you, and the Lord will heal your family, and the grace of God will be sufficient for you and your family. And we keep praying that at the end of it all, the joy shall come in the morning, and you shall be
Amen.
full. You come back with full testimony. So thank you so much for your response. 1 minute more. I want to express my gratitude to all my great friends on this platform. Thank you so much for trusting me to share my inspirational nugget of wisdom. Thank you. We appreciate you. PCCF appreciate you. YYCI appreciate you. So thank you so much for trusting us to deliver this amazing advanced diploma. We appreciate you all. God bless you. So I'm ending it. It's 12:30. Thank you so much. The assignment will be sent to your platform as soon as possible. Thank you and God bless. Bye.